Hello all. Now we'll discuss the conditions favorable for multinational corporations or MNCs. Right. The first thing is government's support through liberalization. So, what is the meaning of liberalization? As I said in the previous lecture, till 1991, the foreign products or the foreign goods, most of the foreign goods were not allowed to be sold in India. There were huge restrictions. Why? Because what is the reason? The main reason is to make India self-reliant. Okay, we got independence in 1947. At that point of time, the Indian economy was at its low point. There were no industries and there was no service sector, and the Indian economy was at its low point. It was because the British rule. They plundered the wealth of India. They damaged the entire Indian economic system and they made us poor. So in order to come out of that situation, in order to make India self-reliant in every aspect, we had adopted a mixed economic system, right? Mixed economic system means the control over factors of production will be made by the state or the government as well as the private players, right? So till 1991, we have tried to make our India self-reliant. Okay, if we allow the foreign products to be sold in India, then definitely this will affect the Indian market. As foreign products are cheaper, definitely our citizens will show interest to purchase the foreign goods, and they leave the Indian goods. Okay, and it will affect our industry very badly. Okay, so in order to develop our domestic industry at par with the global industries, our government had imposed huge restrictions on the foreign goods and services. So which is nothing but against liberalization. Okay, right? So liberalization means removal of all the barriers or removal of all the restrictions to allow foreign goods and services and human resource and foreign capital into Indian market is called liberalization. Meaning globalization is possible only through liberalization, right? So the conditions which are favorable for the multinational corporations, we are discussing this, and the first condition is government support through liberalization, and number two, skilled and unskilled labor available at cheaper cost. So the best example for this is China, and China is the country known for skilled and unskilled labor for cheaper cost, right? Then government's policies that look after the interest of MNCs. That means the governance should be stable, and the policies, particularly the taxation policies which are adopted by the government, should be implemented for a specific period of time instead of changing now and then. Okay, so such type of policies will provide aid to the MNCs, and the stable government and orderly environment. Okay, the law and order should be good. There should be no terrorist activities or rebellion against the government. Such type of situations will favor for the establishment of MNCs, and new markets close to the areas of assembly of the components. That means the MNCs should have markets for their components. Okay, if the markets are near to their assembly units, then it is very much conducive for the MNCs to establish their units, and the sufficient domestic companies in various countries for buyouts and expansion of production quite easily. Okay, I think you understood this point. Okay, so these are the various conditions which make environment conducive for the establishment of multinational corporations. Am I clear? Right. Now we'll discuss what are the factors which aided globalization in recent times. Okay, the one of the most important factor is liberalization. Okay, so liberalization has aided the globalization in recent times. Okay, particularly in two most populous countries. Okay, these countries are known for good markets. because population is very huge and obviously the consumption also will be high, right? So the two countries are China and India. China opened the doors of her economy in 1978, meaning China is earlier than India with respect to integrating its economy with the global economies. And India opened her doors of economy in 1991 for globalization. Again, these two countries has provided huge markets to the multinational corporations, right? Okay, and the next factor that is responsible for the expansion of globalization or the development of globalization is a WTO, World Trade Organization. I think you heard about World Trade Organization. So the main objective of the World Trade Organization is to implement rule-based trade and commerce among the countries. Okay, so it implements the rules and regulations which are made at a global level for the exchange of goods and services among the countries. So this is the main objective of the WTO. So if there are any issues between the countries or among the countries with respect to the export or import of goods and services, they can move to the World Trade Organization to get the issues resolved. Okay, so World Trade Organization plays a major role in the promotion of globalization and also in the promotion of rule-based trade and commerce across the globe, right? And next important factor which aided the globalization is the rapid improvements in technology, especially in information and communication technology. Yes or no? So due to the evolution or the development of information and communication technology, the transfer of information between the countries and among the countries has become very easy, right? Yes. So finally, what I want to say is globalization is the process of rapid integration of interconnection between the countries. Did you get the point? In other words, globalization means it is a process of rapid integration of economies across the globe, right? Yes. So we can say in simple words, globalization means movement of goods, movement of services, movement of investments, movement of technology and people across the boundaries, right? If you look at the present scenario in India, most of the software employees are moving to the foreign countries and they are earning lakhs of rupees over there. Okay, they are earning lakhs of dollars over there. This has been made possible because of the globalization. And of course, the Indian software companies like TCS, Wipro, HCL and Infosys, they are getting software projects from the foreign countries. Okay, and they are making the software products and they are exporting these software products again to the foreign countries. And this situation has been made possible because of globalization. Okay, right? So this is the meaning of movement of goods, services, investments and technology, right? If you take Maruti Suzuki, right? So Maruti is Indian company and Suzuki is a Japanese company. Okay, and these two companies collaborated with each other and they developed Maruti Suzuki. Okay, Maruti Suzuki vehicles, right? And this has been made possible due to technology transfer, and this is the result of globalization. Am I clear? Right? Okay. So till now we have discussed the conditions favorable for multinational corporations and the factors which aided globalization in the recent times. What are the three major factors which aided the globalization in recent times? Point number one, the first factor is liberalization. Liberalization in most of the countries, for example India and China, and establishment of World Trade Organization to regulate the trade and commerce across the globe, okay, based on rules and regulations. Okay, then the third thing is rapid improvement of information and communication technology. So these are the three significant factors which are responsible for the spread of globalization. Okay, so in the next video we will discuss the advantages and the disadvantages of globalization, right? Thank you.